Good morning. I feel as though the allergies are really getting to my eyes about now. What about you guys? Yeah, you're getting your eyes too? Okay. I'm Dottie Freisinger, and I'm the proud principal here at Walker Elementary School. We're going to go just a little bit out of order because those coaches over there, they've got some second graders that are going to be coming to them in just a few short minutes, and they are anxious to get to their gym. So we're going to let them go ahead and do their presentation, and then I'll follow that with a more formal welcome. Go ahead, coaches. Coach Davis, Coach Stewart.
All right, like Ms. Reisinger said, we've got class, so we'll keep this brief, which is great because we hate public speaking. So we'll make it quick. The first thing we want to talk about is Little Olympics. We've been looking forward to taking this group to Little Olympics for several years, just knowing the potential and everything they had. We had some boys that couldn't make it with baseball. That happens every year, but they still did a great job. We had bronze in the obstacle relay. Good job, boys, on that. I think Clark got gold, tennis ball throw, and 440 as well. You medaled in that. And we had two boys get to the finals in the 80-yard dash, which was no small feat because they had some beasts out there, really fast kids. So we're really proud of the boys. The girls, wow. To say they won is an understatement. I mean, they destroyed the other teams out there. I think in point totals, we had 20. Second, third place had 6. So, I mean, they really, to go over their medals, I mean, silver and gold in the 440, silver and gold in obstacle relay, gold in the tennis ball throw, silver in the tennis, silver in the relay, three-legged race, which I don't think we've ever medaled in. 80-yard dash, long jump. We couldn't be more impressed. I mean, we knew they would do good, but we didn't think they would just dominate the way they did. It was very impressive. This is a real special group, and we're gonna miss you all very much. Want to say anything?
Well, the good thing about this group is this was my first full year to see them from August to May. And to see the potential not only for the Little Olympics, which was a great showing for the girls, and we kind of knew that we had some aces in the girls, but we saw them rise to an occasion that you rarely see. We knew they had heart, we knew they had effort, but the way they rose to the occasion, talking about this, we talked about the three-legged race, we actually had 3 teams on the girls that were in the 6 finalists in the three-legged race, and we don't even practice that. You know, we don't even hardly practice that. So their effort was unbelievable. But to see this group from August to May and see how confident they are on the challenges ahead of them, it's amazing for me, my first year. And I'm thrilled to actually be associated with this group, and I wish them all the best. And hopefully, don't be a stranger. Come back, visit, see us. We'll always be here for you. Okay? We're both gonna do one boy and one girl. PE All-Star of the Year in the boys, Ricardo Gonzalez. And in the girls, Hannah Ogo.
All right, for boys, we have Caleb Horsey. And then for the girls, Avery Bowers. What our all-star one is, just that kid that comes in every day, they participate, they lead by example, they do for others. Just awesome, awesome kids. And as much as Coach and I would like to take credit for Little Olympics, like he said, we didn't practice three-legged race. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put the fastest kid in the 80-yard dash and things like that. It's the kids and their hard work, and you parents having these kids involved in activities, burning up the roads, taking them to practices and tournaments and recitals and all these things. It's the things that you do as parents that have made the difference in these kids, and we really appreciate that.
Next year we'll practice that three-legged race. All right. Now I gave you, parents that were in here earlier, I gave you a little mental math to do, and we're going to see exactly how that comes out. I asked you to calculate in your head how many years you have had a student at Walker Elementary School. So if you have had a student at Walker Elementary School for 6 years, please stand. All right. Remain standing if you've had a student here for 8 years. 10 years? 12 years? Long-termers, I love that. Is this your last year? How many years? 13 years. 12. And believe it or not, I have some parents that, yes, we've had this long-term relationship, 13 years, and I said, can't you have one more kid? I've got a big no on that. A big no on that. But those relationships are huge. Thank you very much for completing my little survey here. Now, boys and girls, if you've been at Walker Elementary School for at least, this is just the 5th graders, 4 years, please stand. Remain standing if you've been here 5 years. Remain standing. I guess the rest of you have been here all 6 years, right? Wow, isn't that great? That is awesome. And we've loved every minute of it. Go ahead and have a seat. You know, whether you've been here with us for 1 year or all 6 years, Our big goal is to establish relationships with you. And that is just absolutely huge. And, we care a lot about those relationships. Mrs. Hughes, Mrs. Ollinger, and I, we went down to Helen Tyson Middle School. Was it last week, I think? Time's flying. We went down there and we asked the kids, we had all of our former Walker 6th and 7th graders come to the cafeteria. We broke them in 3 groups and we said, what do we need to do better? How can we improve? What did we do right? What do we need to continue doing? And they gave us some great, great feedback. One of the things we heard was, learn your multiplication facts. The kids told us that. You got to make sure you know your multiplication facts to keep up. How many of you know them? Oh, no, I don't even want to look. Because I know all the hands should go up right now, right? Right. If you don't, learn them this summer. Organization. You got to be organized when you get to middle school. It's a huge thing. So if you're not organized right now, here's what I suggest. Start with your room this summer. Yes? Yes? Start with your room. If you get your room organized and keep it that way all summer, you're in good shape going into middle school. One of the other things they told me that was really interesting is typing. We're doing more and more things on the computer, and learning those right keystrokes is so very important. So this summer, if you have an opportunity, get on those computer programs and work on your typing skills. And not this, but using the right fingers. How many, when I think about my typing skills, I use that every single day, all day long. How many of you do that as parents? When I think about emailing and everything else and all the memos and things I have to type, it is a useful skill, so learn that. But they told us some great information, and we'll follow those kids. Just because today is your celebration, you come back and we'll work hard, play hard on Monday, we'll watch you. Many of you probably saw there were 7 National Merit finalists from Springdale this past year, which is, I think, a record. Never had so many finalists. You think of all of Springdale, guess what? Not 1, not 2, but 3 of those kids were Walker Wildcats. Yeah. And I tell you, we stake claim to that. We do. We think it's all about us. But no, we know they've had good teachers all the way through, but that's amazing. We look for you. We'll see you at school board meetings and in the paper for good reasons. Good reasons. So we'll watch you. And the one message I think that we communicated to those students is, we are here. Until I retire, which is going to be a long time. I've got a kid starting college again, 2 of them. I'll be here a long time with my cane and everything. We are here. We are a phone call away if you need us. Teachers, one of you are here? You open to that, Mrs. Brado? Absolutely. Anyone you've established those relationships with, we are here. 4th grade teachers? I interviewed a lady the other day. She told us the reason she became a teacher was because of a teacher in this building. She knew from 4th grade in Mrs. Levin's class that she was going to be a teacher. So those relationships are huge to us. All right. Last thing I'm going to talk about, just real quick, I'm going to take 2 from each grade level. I want you to think in your mind, starting with kindergarten, favorite memory from kindergarten. And we're going to go up through 5 real quick. Kindergarten, favorite memory. Raise your hand if you've got one. Great. What? Nap time. I love that too. Nap. Eating snacks. Well, there we go. Relay that to kindergarten teachers. Naps and eating snacks. I got to take one more. Surely there's something else. Corey. Mrs. Patterson's what? Pets. Mrs. Patterson's pets. Well, there you go. How about the pumpkin patch? Oh, yeah. Okay. 1st grade. Yes, ma'am. Stick horse rodeo. Yeah. Okay.
Whenever you bring a snack to school, like whenever you eat them.
We're snack to school. We are all about our food around here, aren't we? Yes. Any others for 1st? Yes. Having the teacher, Mrs. Barnett. Let's do that once again. Aww. That is awesome. 2nd grade. Yes, sir.
New teacher
New teacher, Miss Morris, absolutely. Candy Morris, yes. Challenging spelling words. That's a favorite memory, folks. Challenging spelling words. First chapter book. Ah, love that. Yes.
Lock-ins.
Lock-in, absolutely. Third grade. Yes.
Miss Paxton's 50th birthday.
Miss Paxton's 50th birthday. Where is she? I love that. I love that. She left her mark. Yes.
Having Miss McCracken.
Having Miss McCracken. Good job, guys. You caught on really quick with it. Yes.
Having the greatest teacher ever.
Having the greatest teacher ever. Well, who was that? Miss Paxton. We need to get her down here. 50, great. All right, fourth grade. Yes, sir. Having Miss Duncan, she's the best. Yes, ma'am. Getting into tournaments, yes. Having Miss Huggins, she's the best. I think we got a best four here. Yes. Having Miss who? Oh, having Miss Rich. Okay, we're getting there. All right, fifth grade. What? O-N-S. C. Caitlin. Oh, he took yours. Faith. Today. Jason.
Meeting Miss
Meeting Miss
Hughes.
Hughes. Having the best teacher in my life. Duncan. One more. Little Olympics. Great memories, right, guys? Remember those. Hey, hands down. We will always care about you. We are here, and you will be greatly missed. You are a part of our heart. Okay? Please remember. You're going to get me. I've got some tears up here that I'm going to quit looking at you. I feel like I need to jump back there and just hug you right now. And I may. I probably will. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. And to you, too. We couldn't have done it without you. Parents, grandparents, you guys have volunteered so much for us. And you know what? We are family, and you are a big part of it. Walker is the greatest school because of the relationships we have with students and with families. So thank you for sharing your children with us. We love them. Mrs. Wright, is she here? We're going to talk a little bit about girls on the run. Girls on the run. Running free, just being me. I'm friends with everyone. 'Cause I'm a girl on the run. Miss Cueto is really good at that. She should have been up here. Her air guitar.
Good morning. I need to explain a little bit about Girls on the Run. Girls on the Run, a lot of times people think that it's a running club and we throw some lessons in, but truthfully it's the other way around. It's an organization, and it's a national organization that someone, Molly Harper, in particular, decided that girls needed to hear some great things about themselves and started at an early age. So we talk with these girls about all of those things that are our character words. They learn about cooperation, they learn about goal setting, they learn about responsibility, they learn that they are beautiful the way they are, inside and out, and to learn to love themselves. Even when there are times when they don't feel like they should love themselves. So they really do all this stuff. And in all of that, they also get to train for a 5K. And they get to run that 5K, and it is a blast. The girls love it. I tell these girls all the time that there are fewer people, like I can say it in this room, girls of you that have done this, there are fewer people in this room that have run a 5K than have not. That have not run a 5K, or that have not run a 5K than have. And you have really grown and made a huge accomplishment in yourselves. So what I would like to do is 5K, or Girls on the Run, either in the spring or in the fall of this year. If you would stand up, please, so that you can get that recognition. Please place your parents. Yep. Pictures, everybody. I tell these girls too, they should feel very proud of themselves. The next thing I would actually like to do is, these girls, I think this is the first group of girls that I have that have participated in every team that they can participate in since 3rd grade. That would mean that they have been on 6 teams of Girls on the Run. If you have participated on all 6 Girls on the Run teams from 3rd grade to now, remain standing. These girls have done all of them. And I would like to say that that little Olympics really is because of me, not because of the coaches. Thank you.
Oh, boy. All right. At this time, Mrs. Brado and I are going to present the Senior Leadership Awards. And this time, what we want you to do is when we call your name, turn and stand and face the back. When we are finished today, we will put all of your certificates in your teacher's boxes. All right? And Brado got a new do. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it's very cute. All right, Mrs. Brado, you want to start?
First, we're going to start with our flag awards. And those that were out there every day putting up our flag, taking it down, learning the proper etiquette for how to take care of the flag, we appreciate that every day because that flag helps to represent us as well. And you guys have done a great job showing dedication and actually perseverance, because I've seen you sometimes running out there as the rain was coming down to make sure you can take it down in time. So we appreciate that. So the following people have gotten our flag award for this year. Jessica Amador. And if you guys can hold your applause until we're finished, I'm going to list all the names and you just stand up and then we'll clap for everybody at the end. Okay. Natalie Lycum, Andrew Osterman, Diana Sanchez, Lourdes Roa Gill, Nicholas Bryan, Sadie Buttram, Ava Connors. And those are our flag awards.
Thank you, boys and girls. We appreciate your leadership. Next, I'm going to announce our AM and PM safety patrol. This takes a lot of kiddos out there in the morning and in the afternoon, and oh, it's amazing. It's raining. Boys and girls, do you want to go inside? No! Now, lightning, we do send them in. Yes, yeah. Mrs. Lovelace has that duty. She does want to go inside. But... All right. So, boys and girls, same procedure as we call your name. If you would please stand and turn and face your parents. Let's see out of the cove. There we go. Jessica Amador, Kaylin Coons, Michaela Maston, Braxton Scott, Jack Strubing, Emma Williamson, Abigail Wright, also known as Abby, Jennifer Castaneda, Maria Cloud, Jackson Howe, Gavin Mayhew, Josie McCroskey, Anna Dew, Braxton Scott, what? I was going to say, 2 certificates. AM and PM, that must be what it is. Stone Thompson, you can sit down and stand back up if I call your name twice. Oh, he's in here twice. Drew Barron, Eliana Dello, and Maddox, we've already called your name, haven't we? Oh, well, let's do it. Maddox McCracken, Ian Overly, Hannah Ogle, Lourdes Rowe Gill, Joshua Seawood, Grayson Berkshire, Zachary Catlett, Madeline Downing, Hero Lewis, Itzel Nunez, Tyler Olson. I think we we've already got, we have Joshua up already, Joshua Seawood. Oh, there you go. You're gonna sit down, stand back up. There you go. Philip Todd, Elizabeth Berg, Jonas Brown, Peyton Downing, Corey, Mary Nealon, Mackenzie Scott, Darian Stopshire, Kaylee Starkey, Anthony Burden, Caleb Horsey, Maggie Pickard, Hayden Threlfall. Wow. I don't know, child labor laws, I don't know. You see, we really need our senior leadership. They participate and do a lot of things for us, and it speeds up those lines in the AM and the PM, and we love how friendly they are with our people. So thank you very much, boys and girls. Let's give them a hand.
Our next leadership award is for the School Store Award. So these are for those individuals that helped us every morning in the school store. While we're having a party in here in the cafeteria in the morning, they're out there getting things set up and selling some wonderful items to help raise money for the school as well. They're showing lots of responsibility, coming in early, getting things set up, and taking care of all of those needs, because especially we have a lot of little ones, first and second grade, like to come up and get a bunch of stuff from our school store, don't we? So you guys have done a great job. The following students have helped us with our school store: Jackson Howell, Natalie Lycan, Matthew Petty, Brooklyn Baird, Maddox McCracken, Hannah Ogle, Eleni Sanchez, Angel Barrios, Elizabeth Berg, Sadie Buttram, Cesar Swenka, Caleb Horsey, Hallie Kerr, Blake Ryder, Mackenzie Scott, Darian Sopshire, Haley Starkey, and Anthony Verdon. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Our next group we're going to announce, they are hall monitors, and they do a great job for us in the morning of making sure we don't have people wandering down the halls before it's time to do that. Big responsibility, and we appreciate them being there and to their job on time. Lindsay Aldico, Avery Bowers, Jaisha Cheatham, Ricardo Gonzalez, Eliana Jello, Joshua Seawood, Nick Bryan, Dylan Crawford, Cesar Sika, Darian Stopshire, and that completes our hall monitors. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Fourth grade, are you listening to this? Guess who's taking these jobs next year? That's right.
All right, next we have our Office Helper Awards. And so these ladies and gentlemen have helped out in the office. Miss Rachel, Miss Vicki need extra hands sometimes to help them out with everything, even pulling those that we appreciate in the morning. They pull out the I appreciate yous for us. So the following students have been our office helpers this year: Maria Cloud, Danny DeJesus, Emma Williamson, Montana Bowman, Gigi Diaz, Jonathan Gaines, Sierra Prell, Bonjack Zacharias, Angel Barrios, Rachel Moore, and Shay Relfall.
It's important to us to take care of our earth, and so we have a recycling program that our K-Kids operate. And so the following students have helped us with recycling in our building. Every classroom has a container. They pick it up in the afternoon and take it to our recycling containers out on the porch. So thank you for that. Michaela Maston, Gavin Mayhew, Braxton Scott, Maddox McCracken, Hannah Ogle, Luis Torres, Jonas Brown, Peyton Downham, Maggie Pickard. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Some of you, we've really worked hard, haven't we? You act like your legs are getting tired or something. Yeah. Up, down, up, down.
One of the other things we always want is for everyone to be safe here at the school. And the job of the fire marshal assistants are the ones that come around. They make sure everybody is safe. After we've had our fire drills, they check all the rooms, make sure everybody's closed everything, turned off the lights, and everyone is evacuated safely for our practice. So the following students are our fire marshals this year. Antonio Laguna, Abigail Wright, Jaisha Cheatham, Madeline Downing, Annalie Quiros, Anthony Burden.
All right. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Just being responsible is huge, and it'll take you far in life. Getting to your job on time and following through and doing the best you can do. Thank you very much for that. All right, this time Mrs. Cava, I saw her come in the room. She is assembly hopping today. She also works at Sonora Elementary, and they had their celebration this morning, so we're glad to see she made it across town. And she's going to present the Gifted and Talented Awards.
Thank you. Yes, it's kind of been a mad dash this morning. So, Miss Freisinger asked me to, look at my year and explore, a couple of awards that I could choose to give out. And I have to tell you guys, I am jealous of the middle schools because my GT class, my fifth grade GT class, I mean, they just have stolen my heart. And I've been robbed. I've got to have 1 year, so I'm going to try to look at it with a positive lens and say I'm blessed to have had them for 1 year. So I know that they're going to go on and do wonderful things, and I'm really going to miss them a lot. Okay, so it was really, really hard for me to choose an award to give out to these guys. And I can go on and on with, they're kind, they're hard workers, they're creative. They're risk takers, all the things in life that will make them successful. So I settled on 2 awards, and I want to talk about the first one just briefly. We had an opportunity to join up with Helen Tyson East program just for a couple of little projects at the end of the year. And Miss Brittany Berry is amazing. You will hear her name if you have not heard her already. And she gave 3 of my students the opportunity to come in and explore some 3D printer software. And it was pretty impressive that the boys were able to take that very advanced program and learn to navigate the program. And one of them in particular came up with something pretty creative, and he was pretty shy to share it. And so I wish that I had a picture of it, but obviously I don't. And I was trying to get it printed for you guys, but Miss Berry's having some printer issues. So she has promised me to even attempt to print this object anyway, even whenever her printer is done, even if that means this summer. So I am looking forward to seeing Drake Mays here at CAFT. Drake Mays, come on up for your Creativity Award. Congratulations, Drake. Drake is always doodling. He's always doing something, and as you guys know, he's very creative, and he will create anything from trading cards to, obviously, he's expanded his talents to operating software and programming with 3D printers. So I'm anxious to see it. It's about a 6-inch long carrot cat, and so he made the body of this cat as a carrot. And then the rest of it was very, very difficult. It sounds like, it's just no big deal. Very difficult software to manipulate. And his 2 partners in crime in the same group, they were like, come on, just share it with your people. Share them. It's really, really creative. And it really was. So congratulations, Drake. Good job. Creativity. for my next award. But I'm looking at all these faces, and you guys are all going very far. And I had to look at each and every one of you, and you are all wonderfully talented. But there's one student that I want to recognize today, and this student has really shined in everything that I've given. I'm talking from creativity to critical thinking, problem solving, leadership. This person is never afraid to speak up. It doesn't matter if friends don't agree. This person's like, no, this is not the right thing, and I'm going to say it. And I'm very proud of that. That's a huge accomplishment at such a young age, to have the confidence in yourself to do that. Teamwork is also another plus with this student. This student is wonderful and always wants to help. So I want to recognize for the overall Student of the Year, 5th grade GT Student of the Year, Maddox McCracken. And that concludes it. And guys, like I said, you guys are all wonderful, and I will be checking on you in middle school. I have my connections. Thank you.
All right, Miss Amy is making her way to the front. She is our new counselor here at Walker Elementary School. We're so pleased to have her. Miss Chinolani has retired, and so welcome, Miss Amy. You all say welcome. Welcome. I love that little southern drawl name. Welcome. And she's going to present the Presidential Academic Awards.
Okay, thank you. Students who earn at least a 3.5 grade point average on a 4.0 scale and are high achievers in reading or mathematics on state testing are eligible for the President's Award for Educational Excellence. I am proud to say that this year we have 35 fifth graders receiving this distinguished honor. These students have demonstrated self-discipline, responsibility, initiative, dedication, respect, integrity, perseverance, and determination. They have overcome obstacles and remained focused for the duration of their time here at Walker Elementary. President Obama would personally like to extend his congratulations with this letter. Please accept my congratulations on receiving the President's Education Award. It is a privilege to join your family, friends, and teachers in recognizing this impressive achievement. The creativity and energy of our young people drive our nation's progress, and this accomplishment speaks to your hard work in the classroom. Bright, motivated students like you who excel in school inspire me, and I know you will use your knowledge and passion to shape the future. By staying engaged and always making an effort to help those around you, you can prepare for your own success and contribute to writing the next great chapter in the American story. Again, congratulations. If you remain focused and keep pushing yourself, there is no limit to what you can achieve. I expect you to continue doing exceptional things. Barack Obama. Each student will be receiving a certificate, a letter from Barack Obama, a copy of it, and a pen. So as I call your name, come forward, and Ms. Brado and Ms. Freisinger have your packets. Angel Barrios. Allison Barron. Elizabeth Berg. Grayson Berkshire. Avery Bowers. Montana Bowman. Jonas Brown. Sadie Buttram. Zachary Catlett. Jasha Cheatham. Maria Cloud. Ava Connor. Dylan Crawford. Madeline Downing. Peyton Downing. Jonathan Gaines. Aaron Herrera. Caleb Horsey. Hallie Kirk. Kaylin Coons. Drake Mays. Maddox McCracken. Josie McCroskey. Rachel Moore. Corey Nyland. Anna New. Hannah Ogle. Tyler Olson. Matthew Petty. Maggie Pickard. Sierra Perel. Mackenzie Scott. Hayden Threlfall. Shay Threlfall. And Emma Williamson. Please join me in congratulating these students.
Congratulations, boys and girls. You may be seated. Many of you were so very close, so very close. All right, at this time, we are ready for certificates of completion. Ms. Hughes, you gonna start? Ms. Duncan's gonna start. All right. Let's hear it for Mrs. Duncan.
Well, I have to write everything down because I get nervous and I'll forget to say what I want to say. So, it's hard to believe that the year is coming to an end. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all the parents in the room for allowing me the pleasure of partnering with you to educate your child. My job was made much easier because of your support. Boys and girls, we have a fantastic adventure together. Most of us have been together for 2 years, while others just 1. The amount of time spent together is not what's important. It was the quality of that time. Room 170 at Walker Elementary was a family. Like all families, we had our ups and our downs. We made mistakes, but we learned from them. We had our disagreements, but we found a way to respect those differences and go on. We are not all best friends, but we are most certainly advocates for each other. We found the positive characteristics in each person and celebrated each individual's success, no matter how large or small. I care deeply about all of you, and I hope you will continue to care for each other and have each other's backs. Remember that once a Walker Wildcat, always a Walker Wildcat. We studied a lot this year about how our mindsets can determine our successes and failures. So with that in mind, approach each day and new challenge with a growth mindset. And I promise you that you will accomplish anything you set your mind to. Be responsible. Be determined and dependable. Work hard. Not all things in life are going to come easy. Mistakes will be made. Wake up each day ready to learn. Remember, anything worth doing is worth doing well. Read something every day. Learn your multiplication and division facts. But most importantly, Do one kind act for another person every single day. I will miss each of you. As your song said, this is my last chapter. You've made the last 2 years of my teaching career memorable ones that I will never forget. I'm on to another chapter, but I will never forget you. Thanks for the honor and pleasure of being your teacher. Remember, always be you and strive to be the best at whatever you choose to do. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Ms. Duncan will be greatly missed in our Walker family. But I told her starting September 3rd, she can volunteer. Wiki.
All right, we're going to hand out these wonderful fifth graders certificate of completion. We're going to start at the beginning. Miss Lizzie Aldaco. Jessica Amador. Jennifer Castaneda. Zephaniah Clancy. Maria Cloud. Jaden Koger. Danny De Jesus. Aaron Herrera. Jackson Howell. Clark Jenkins. Kaylin Coons. Antonia Laguna. Natalie Lycan. Nelson Lopez. Michaela Maston. Gavin Mayhew. Josie McCroskey. Anna New. Andrew Osterman. Junior Perea. Matthew Petty. Naomi Ramirez. Diana Sanchez. Braxton Scott. Fernanda Silva. Jack Scrubing. Stone Thompson. Raquelme Madonna Villafuerte. Emma Williamson. And Abigail Wright. Congratulations, Miss Duncan's class. All right, boys and girls, you want to go ahead and have a seat.
was the wrong choice to have Miss Duncan go first. Because I'm already carried. Well, you know how this year we had a theme of superhero? So, my advice to you today, I'm giving you the rules of a walker superhero. Rule number 1, fight for justice. Protect the innocent. What does that mean? Watch out for each other. Stick together. If you're going to be moving on, then take care of each other. Rule number 2, be brave. Stand up for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone. As Lorax says, speak for the trees. Be the kind of leader that you would want to follow. Rule number 3, take risks. Run fast to your dreams. Be strong in your mindset. Love people, even when it's difficult. Let kindness be your superpower. Rule number 4, learn from your mistakes. We all make them, right? Especially me. The important thing is to learn from them. Every day, just try to be better than yesterday. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things that you once thought you couldn't. And number 5, be true to yourself. Listen to that inner voice. Trust your heart, and always remember where you came from and who you are. A walker wildcat. Yours is a story so brave and so true, and life is awaiting the hero in you. I love you very much, and I will miss you. Thank you, Miss Hughes.
Presenting to you Mrs. Hughes' 5th grade class. Brooklyn Baird. Let's just, for the sake of saving your palm, we'll clap at the very end. Okay? Drew Barron. Grayson Berkshire. Avery Bowers. Montana Bowman. Zachary Catlett. Jasha Cheatham. Kristen Collins. Gigi Diaz.
What about Gigi?
Madeline Downing. Jonathan Gaines. Ricardo Gonzalez. Elani Dello. Hero Lewis. Jose Lopez. Maddie McCracken. Danielle Navarro. Daniel Navarro. Itzel Nunez. Ian Overlees. Hannah Ogle. Tyler Olson. Sierra Prell. Lourdes Rowe Gill. Eleni Sanchez. I think I mispronounced that every time. Eleni. Olivia Sears. Joshua Seawood. Ronnie Stillwell. Philip Todd. Luis Torres. Bonjab Zacharias. Zacharias. Thank you, students. Congratulations, boys and girls. You may be seated.
Good morning. Every year around this time for the last 8 years, I start thinking about what I want to say on this particular day, and I try to think about the personality of the class that is before me. And I think what it comes down to this year is my words of advice for you, the last few words, are make yourself proud. In the next few years, you're going to have a lot of choices that you're going to have to make, and they're going to be difficult choices. But if you make choices that make you proud, you will be amazed at what you're able to accomplish. When I look at the potential in front of me, and not just my class, but the other two classes as well, it just staggers me. Because the potential in front of me, there are so many children here that are smart and kind and compassionate, and there's no end to what you'll be able to accomplish. And I want you to know that the minute you crossed my doorway, you became my kids. And you took a piece of my heart. And that 50 years from now, you will still be one of my kids. And I counted up this morning that you joined a big family of over 600 kids. So it gets a little crowded at the Thanksgiving table. But I will always be one of your biggest cheerleaders. And if you ever need me, as Ms. Ressinger said, I'm a phone call away. So my last words for you from the wise dead president are, life is like a sandwich, so fill it with the good stuff. Go do something awesome.
Don't I have some awesome teachers who love your kids? We all do.
Okay. Our certificates of completion for Miss Hollider's class. Louisa Grijalva. Please wait till the end. Thank you for that reminder, Philip. Allison Barron. Angel Barrios. Elizabeth Bird. Jonas Brown. Nicholas Bryan. Sadie Buttram. Ava Connors. Dylan Crawford. Cesar Blanca. Right. Close enough. Okay. Try it, Cesar. Peyton Downham. Cole Fitzgerald.
Way to go, Cole!
Caleb Horsey. Hallie Kirk. Isaiah Lincecum. Drake Mays. Rachel Moore. Corey or Mary Doolin. Wheelan. Maggie Pickard. Annalie Quiros. Blake Ryder.
Way to go, Blake!
Mackenzie Scott. Darian Softshire. Haley Starkey. Hayden Brelfall. Shay Brelfall. Anthony Verdon.